Hello, thank you for joining with me. This is the introduction to Lessons 181 through 200. Our next few lessons make a special point of firming up your willingness to make your weak commitment strong. Your scattered goals blend into one intent. You are not asked for total dedication all the time as yet, but you are asked to practice now in order to attain the sense of peace such unified commitment will bestow, if only intermittently. It is experiencing this which makes it sure that you will give your total willingness to following the way the Course sets forth. Our lessons now are geared specifically to widening horizons and direct approaches to the special blocks which keep your vision narrow and too limited to let you see the value of our goal. We are attempting now to lift these blocks, however briefly. Words alone cannot convey the sense of liberation which their lifting brings, but the experience of freedom and of peace that comes as you give up your tight control of what you see speaks for itself. Your motivation will be so intensified that words become of little consequence. You will be sure of what you want and what is valueless. And so we start our journey beyond words by concentrating first on what impedes our progress still. Experience of what exists beyond defensiveness remains beyond achievement while it is denied. Footnote 350, it refers to what exists beyond defensiveness. It may be there, but we cannot accept its presence. So now we attempt to go past our defenses for a little while each day. No more than this is asked, because no more than this is needed. It will be enough to guarantee the rest will come. This is from Alan Watson. There's both an introduction and a lesson today, so you get two messages from me. You'll recall that we have twice been told we're now in preparation for the second part of the workbook. This introduction is telling us a little more specifically how the next 20 lessons are meant to prepare us. First of all, the overall goal is to strengthen our commitment and to unify our goals into one intent. The immediate goal of our practicing these lessons is experience of the peace, liberation, and freedom that unified commitment can bring. Holy instance, when we have a foretaste of right-mindedness. The method of making such experience available is a focus on the remaining blocks to it, with the intent of, even if just briefly, lifting those blocks. If the overall goal is to firm up our willingness to commit ourselves more strongly to the Course's path, then obviously the workbook is recognizing that at this point, about halfway through the workbook, our willingness is probably still a bit irresolute, and our commitment less than complete. You are not asked for total dedication all the time as yet. There are probably a few of us that are quite relieved to hear that. I think that it is likely that if the Course is not yet asking for total, continual dedication at this stage, it would be unwise and counterproductive to be asking it of ourselves. We have to bear in mind those two little words, as yet, indicating that total dedication all the time lies somewhere in our future. It is where we are being led, but we should not berate ourselves for not having that total dedication now. What is being asked of us is to practice. The experience of the holy instant at this point in our spiritual growth is not expected anything more than intermittently. Notice how that idea is repeated several times in these 3 paragraphs. We are lifting the blocks, however briefly. We aim to go past our defenses for a little while each day. We are practicing each day to bypass one major block to the awareness of love's presence, just for a short time. We aren't supposed to be worrying about making this our permanent mental state. Not yet. And, I've been doing this for years, 10 years, and I still, not yet. We aren't supposed to be worrying about making this our permanent mental state. Not yet. It is a cumulative experience of these holy instances that will provide the motivation to make the total dedication. We aren't sufficiently motivated without that. It is experiencing this that makes it sure that you will give your total willingness to following the way the Course sets forth. Your motivation will be so intensified that words become of little consequence. You will be sure of what you want and what is valueless. No more than this little while each day is asked, because no more than this is needed. It will be enough to guarantee the rest will come. In chapter 13 of the text, we are admonished, "Be you content with learning." And as we progress through the workbook, we need to be content with practicing. Same thing. Our experience of grace at this stage may still be intermittent, just a little while each day. That's okay, and we can be at peace with its being so. Just that little while each day will be enough to guarantee the rest will come, so there need to be no panic nor discouragement. Just do the practice and full enlightenment will surely follow. That is the promise being made here. Thank you for joining with me. I love you. Have a beautiful day.